My name is Ryan, and this is the reason I don't camp alone anymore. This happened a couple years ago in Olympic National Forest. I'd taken a few solo trips before, nothing extreme, just weekend hikes where I'd go a few miles in, set up camp and unplug for a bit. I liked the quiet, no signal, no people, just trees, and that constant low sound of wind moving through everything. That trip was supposed to be the same. I hiked in for most of the afternoon, found a decent flat area near a small clearing and set up my tent before it got dark. Nothing unusual, no signs of other campers nearby. No fresh tracks, nothing that suggested anyone else was out there. That was actually the part I liked. It felt isolated in a good way. By the time the sun went down, I had a small fire going, ate something quick, and just sat there for a while listening to the forest. It gets dark out there in a way that's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it. Not like city dark, it's complete. Eventually, I put the fire out, zipped up the tent, and tried to get some sleep. I don't know what time it was when I woke up, but something felt off immediately. It was quiet, too quiet. Even the usual forest noise, the insects, the occasional rustle was gone. I lay there for a few seconds, just listening. That's when I noticed it. A faint orange glow, very dim, but steady. It was coming from somewhere outside my tent. At first, I thought maybe I hadn't fully put my fire out, but this light was in the wrong direction. My fire had been off to the left of my tent. This was behind me. I slowly turned my head toward the back of the tent. Through the thin fabric, I could see it more clearly. A small flickering glow, like a campfire. I remember just lying there, trying to make sense of it. There hadn't been anyone else out there when I set up camp. No other fires, no voices, nothing. I sat up quietly and unzipped the tent just a few inches, enough to look. Down the slope, maybe 30 or 40 yards away, I could see it. A small fire, burning steadily. No one around it, no movement, just the fire. I stayed there watching it for a minute or two, expecting someone to move into view. Nobody did. Eventually, I told myself it was probably another camper who set up late. Maybe after I'd already gone to sleep. That made sense, so I zipped the tent back up and lay down again. It took me a while, but eventually I fell back asleep. The next night, it happened again, almost the exact same way. I woke up in the middle of the night, same silence, same stillness, and then that glow behind my tent again. This time, I didn't hesitate. I unzipped the tent and looked out. The fire was there, same direction, same size, but it looked closer, not by a lot, but enough that I noticed it immediately. Again, no one around it, no voices, no footsteps, just the fire. I stared at it longer this time, trying to see if there was any movement at all. There wasn't. After a few minutes, I backed into my tent and zipped it shut. I didn't sleep much after that. By the third night, I was on edge. I thought about packing up and leaving during the day, but I kept telling myself there had to be a logical explanation. Another camper moving their site, maybe someone hiking at night, something normal. That night I stayed awake on purpose, just lying there in the dark, waiting. Hours passed, nothing. I started to relax a little. Then, sometime after midnight, the glow appeared again. I didn't even need to look. I could see it through the tent immediately. Brighter this time, closer. I forced myself to unzip the tent and look. My stomach dropped. It had moved significantly closer. Not 30 yards anymore, maybe 15. Close enough that I should have been able to see someone sitting there, but there was still no one. Just a perfectly burning fire. I whispered out, "Hello?" No response, not even an echo, just silence. I stayed there for a few seconds longer, then zipped the tent shut again, my hands shaking a little now. That's when I realized something that made it worse. I hadn't heard it. No footsteps, no sound of someone setting it up, nothing. It was just there. The fourth night, I didn't build a fire. I didn't want anything drawing attention to my camp. I stayed inside my tent, completely still, barely even moving. I don't know what time it was when I saw it again, but when I did, it was right outside. Not down the slope, not at a distance, right outside my tent. The glow lit up the fabric in a soft orange. I could see the outline of the ground through it. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I just stared at the wall of my tent. There were no shadows moving, no sound of wood cracking, no no footsteps, just that steady, flickering light. After a few seconds, I noticed something else. There was no heat. If a fire was that close, I should have felt it. But the air inside the tent was cold. That's when I knew something wasn't right. Not just strange, not just unusual, wrong. I slowly reached over and grabbed my backpack, trying not to make any noise. Every small movement felt too loud. I had this overwhelming feeling that if I made a sound, something would react. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. I got my stuff together as quietly as I could. Then I just sat there, waiting. The light stayed there, didn't move, didn't flicker differently, just stayed. After what felt like forever, I made a decision. I wasn't waiting for morning. I was leaving. Right then, I slowly unzipped the tent, just enough to slip out. And the moment I stepped outside, the light was gone, completely. No fire, no smoke, nothing, just darkness. I didn't stop to think about it. I grabbed what I could and started moving, fast, not running, but close. I didn't use my flashlight at first. I didn't want to draw attention. I just moved through the trees, following the trail as best as I could in the dark. After a while, I turned the light on, and I didn't look back, not once. I made it out just before sunrise. I didn't go back for the rest of my stuff, didn't report anything. I just left. A few days later, I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I looked up the area online, forums, hiking threads, anything I could find. That's when I saw it, a post from someone who had camped in the same area a few months before. They described seeing a fire at night, far away at first, then closer the next night. They left on the third day. They didn't explain why, just said it didn't feel right. I haven't been back since, and I won't, because the part that still bothers me the most isn't the fire itself. It's the way it moved, not like someone carrying it, not like something being built, but like it was just appearing closer every night, like it was learning exactly where I was. My name is Daniel, and this is the last time I ever trusted my own voice in the woods. This happened on a solo section hike along the Appalachian Trail. I wasn't new to hiking. I'd done enough trips to know the basics. Stay on trail, don't overpack, respect the weather, and if you get separated from someone, you use sound, whistles, calls, simple stuff. That's exactly why this worked on me. I started the hike with a friend, Mark. We planned to do a short stretch over 2 days. Nothing intense, just a break from work, some fresh air, and a night in the woods. The first day was normal, clear trail, decent weather, a few other hikers passing by. We talked, joked around, took breaks, nothing unusual. The problems started late in the afternoon. A heavy fog rolled in faster than we expected. 1 minute we could see the trail ahead clearly, and the next, everything beyond maybe 20 feet was just gone. We kept moving, but slower. Mark was walking ahead of me at that point, maybe 10 to 15 feet. I could still hear him though, branches snapping, footsteps, gear shifting. Then at some point, I couldn't. I stopped. "Mark," I called out. No response. I figured he just kept walking, thinking I was right behind him. So I did what you're supposed to do. I whistled, a sharp, clear note. It cut through the fog easily. A second later, I heard it back. Same whistle, same tone, same length. It came from somewhere ahead on the trail. I felt immediate relief. "Got it," I said, mostly to myself, and started walking toward it. A minute later, I called out again, "Mark!" No answer, so I whistled again, and again, the whistle came back, perfectly, exactly the same. That's when something small, almost unnoticeable, started to bother me. Mark didn't whistle like that. He usually just shouted back, but I brushed it off. Maybe he was messing with me. I kept moving. The fog wasn't lifting. If anything, it was getting thicker. Sound carried strangely. Everything felt muffled, but at the same time, too close. I whistled again. The response came back, but this time, it felt slightly delayed. Not much, just enough that I noticed it. I stopped walking, waited, listened. Nothing. No footsteps. No movement, just the fog. "Mark, quit messing around," I said. Silence. Then, from somewhere ahead, a whistle. But this time, I hadn't made one. I felt my stomach drop slightly. I stood there, trying to make sense of it. Maybe he had just whistled first this time. Maybe I didn't notice. That had to be it. I kept walking, but slower now, more careful. Every few steps I'd whistle, and every time it came back. Same tone, same pattern, but always just slightly off. Too perfect, too controlled, and always from ahead, never from behind, never from the side, always pulling me forward. I kept walking, but slower now, more careful. Every few steps, I'd whistle, and every time it came back. Same tone, same pattern, but always just slightly off. Too perfect, too controlled, and always from ahead, never from behind, never from the side, always pulling me forward. After a while, I realized something worse. I hadn't heard Mark's voice once, not a single word, only the whistle. I stopped again. This time I didn't whistle, I just listened. The fog pressed in around me, completely silent. Then, from somewhere ahead, I heard it, my voice. Mark! Exactly how I had said it earlier. Same tone, same pacing, like a recording being played back. I froze. Every instinct in my body told me something was wrong. Very wrong. I took a step back, just one, and that's when I heard it again, closer this time. Mark! My voice. But now it sounded wrong. Not in the words, in the feeling. Flat, empty. Like something copying the sound without understanding it. I turned around, started walking the other direction, fast, not running, but close. I didn't whistle again, didn't call out, didn't make any unnecessary sound, but it didn't matter because now it followed, from behind, a whistle, perfect, matching the ones I had made earlier. Then another, closer, then my voice again, Mark. But now it was louder, like it was closing the distance. I broke into a run. Branches hit my arms as I pushed through the trail. The fog made everything disorienting. I could barely see where I was going, but I didn't stop. Behind me, the whistle came again, this time almost right on top of me, followed by my own voice. Mark, wait! I didn't look back. I knew if I looked back, I'd see something I didn't want to see, or worse, nothing at all. I ran until my legs gave out, literally. I stumbled and fell hard onto the trail. The sounds stopped completely. No whistle, no voice, nothing, just my own breathing. I stayed there for a while, trying to calm down. Eventually, I forced myself up and kept moving, slowly this time, carefully. After what felt like hours, the fog finally started to lift, and that's when I saw him, Mark, standing on the trail, facing me. Relief hit me instantly. Where the hell did you go? I asked. He looked confused. I've been looking for you, he said. I was calling your name for like an hour. I didn't hear you, I said. I didn't hear you either, he replied. We just stood there for a second. Then I asked him something that I already knew the answer to. Did you whistle? He frowned. No, why would I whistle? We didn't talk much after that. We just got out of there, fast. Later that night, back at the car, I told him everything. The whistles, the voice, the way it followed me. He didn't say much, just listened. Then he said something that I still think about. I heard something too, he said. What? He hesitated. Not you, not exactly. I felt that same cold feeling in my chest again. What do you mean? He looked away for a second before answering. It sounded like you, but it kept calling me deeper into the trees. We didn't finish the hike. We left that same day. I haven't gone back to that part of the Appalachian Trail since, and I don't whistle in the woods anymore, not even as a joke, because I don't know what was out there that day. But I know one thing for sure. It wasn't trying to scare me. It was trying to get me to follow. My name is Alex, and I don't hike off trail anymore, not after what happened in Adirondack Mountains. I used to think I had a good sense of direction, not perfect, but good enough. I'd done plenty of day hikes, a few overnight trips, nothing reckless. I always carried a map, a compass, and a backup battery for my phone. That day was supposed to be simple, in and out before dark. I started early, just after sunrise. The trail was quiet, but not empty. I passed a couple heading out, a solo hiker with a dog, normal stuff. The weather was perfect. Cool air, clear sky, no wind. Around midday, I decided to take a short detour. There was an unmarked path branching off the main trail. Not completely hidden, but not official either. I'd seen paths like that before, usually made by hikers looking for a shortcut or a better view. I told myself I'd just follow it for a bit and turn back. That was the first mistake. At first it felt normal. The path was narrow but visible enough. Leaves pressed down, occasional broken branches, signs that people had been there before. But after about 20 minutes, I noticed something. The forest felt still, not quiet in a peaceful way, quiet in a way that felt like something had been interrupted. I stopped walking and listened. No birds, no insects, nothing. Even my own footsteps sounded wrong, like they were being absorbed too quickly. I told myself it was just the density of the trees or maybe the time of day, but it didn't feel right. I kept going anyway. Another mistake. After a while, the path started to fade. Not disappear completely, but become inconsistent, like it was there one second, gone the next. I slowed down, trying to stay on what I thought was the direction I'd been heading. That's when I heard it, a footstep behind me. I stopped. So did the sound. I turned around. Nothing, just trees. I waited a few seconds, then took another step, and there it was again, a single step, perfectly matching mine. I froze, listened, nothing. I moved again, step, step, and then step. Behind me, same timing, same rhythm. I spun around faster this time. Still nothing. No movement, no branches shifting, no sound of someone trying to hide. Just nothing. At that point, I started heading back, or at least what I thought was back. I didn't trust the path anymore, so I tried to retrace my steps manually, but the footsteps followed, always behind me, always matching. If I walked slowly, they walked slowly. If I sped up, they sped up. If I stopped, they stopped. I tried something. I took 3 quick steps in a row. Behind me, 3 quick steps, perfectly timed. That's when the panic started to creep in, because this wasn't someone following me. No one could match movement that precisely without making some kind of mistake. And whoever, or whatever it was, I still couldn't hear anything else. No breathing, no branches breaking, just footsteps. I started walking faster, not running yet, but close. The forest looked different now, darker, denser, like everything had shifted without me noticing. I pulled out my phone, no signal. Of course, I kept moving. The footsteps stayed with me. Then something changed. They weren't just behind me anymore. I heard one, ahead. I stopped immediately. Behind me, a step, ahead, a step, out of sync this time, like 2 separate things. I felt this cold rush go through my entire body. I turned slowly toward the direction in front of me. Nothing, no one, just trees. I didn't think after that. I just ran, full speed. Branches scratched my arms as I pushed through. Leaves slipped under my boots. I didn't care. I just needed distance. Behind me, the footsteps kept up. In front, they kept matching, sometimes ahead, sometimes behind, sometimes both at once. I tripped hard, hit the ground and rolled onto my side. For a second, everything went silent. No footsteps, no movement, nothing. I stayed there, barely breathing, waiting for something to happen, anything. Then I heard it, right next to my ear, a single step, but not on the ground, closer, too close, like it had come from right beside my head. I scrambled up instantly, not even thinking, and ran again. After what felt like forever, I saw something through the trees. Light, open space, the main trail. I pushed toward it as fast as I could. The moment I broke through the tree line and stepped onto the trail, the footsteps stopped, completely, like they had never been there. I didn't stop moving until I reached the parking area. There were people there, normal people, talking, laughing, loading gear into their cars. I must have looked insane, sweating, scratched up, breathing like I'd just run for miles. No one asked anything, which was fine. I didn't want to explain. I sat in my car for a long time before driving, just trying to process what had happened, trying to come up with any logical explanation. Another hiker, an echo, my imagination, anything, but nothing fit. A few days later, I went back through my gear. just checking everything, trying to feel normal again. That's when I noticed it. My boots. The soles were caked with dried mud, leaves stuck in the grooves, but mixed in with it, there was something else, another set of impressions, not physically on the boots, but the pattern, the spacing. I recognized it instantly, because I'd seen it all day while hiking. My own footprint, same size, same shape, except the direction was wrong. They weren't facing forward, they were angled slightly inward, like something had been walking just behind me, trying to match me, step for step. I threw those boots away, didn't even think twice. I still hike, but only on marked trails, only during the day, and never alone, because I don't think I got lost that day. I think something found me, and for a while, it learned how to walk like me.